Welcome back. Are you starting your first therapy session? Are you having a mixture of emotions, excitement, worry, anxiety, maybe a little bit of shame sprinkled in, maybe some doubt, maybe questions about what took me so long, what to expect? Well, we're going to get into what to expect from your first therapy session. First, let's give you a round of applause for having the courage to seek a therapist, which is so hard for so many people. You did it. You called. You maybe filled out the intake paperwork. You now have an appointment and you're ready to show up. Maybe not ready, but you're going to show up, right? Right? You're going to show up. And so let's go over that first therapy session. So a lot of people come to me. I have a lot of first-time clients. I love first-time clients because I'm able to convert them to a healthy environment because I'm their first experience of a therapist. So I love being able to see someone walk into that door nervous, sitting on the edge of the couch. I can just feel the energy of like, I don't know about this. And then slowly, as the session goes by, they get comfortable. They don't feel so stiff. They sit back on the couch. Some people open up to me about, more serious things, but I can just see the ease come off their body. So let's get into it. Your first therapy session, what to expect. First intake session. First, your therapist should ask you, do you have any questions about anything you read in my intake paperwork, over the phone? What questions you might have about this process? Let's go over the questions, okay? Make sure that you feel comfortable. Make sure this is your space, making it a safe space. I ask my clients, what are their pronouns? What names do they want to be called? I let them know from the get-go, you don't have to go into anything deep unless you're ready to go there. But I'm not going to put pressure on you. It's very much a meet and greet. Let's get to know one another. And at the end of that session, let's determine if you want to move forward. No hard feelings, no pressure. This is only one session. Don't feel like you're locked in. You're not on a package. So that's number one. Just feeling comfortable with the process, what you've been struggling through, what are some symptoms you might be experiencing, what's your social dynamic, how are you doing with your eating, your sleeping. That's the first chunk. Is more of an assessment of where you are currently, so then we can know how to move forward. So that's the first part. Second part of that session, comfort and connection. Is there a connection between us? Do you feel a connection between you and your therapist? Is it something that you want to foster, grow, continue? Do y'all mesh? Is it giving what it's giving? Is it giving that this is my person? Because yes, everyone has a therapy person. I've heard that term so much more lately. I feel like you're my therapy person. You're my person. You're the therapist that I've been looking for a very long time. I've had others and it has not worked out, but I feel like you are my person. Because the therapy session is vibing. Vibing is giving what it's supposed to give. So comfort and connection. Do you feel comfortable with the therapist? Or do you feel like they're judging you? Is this a person that you can really open up to and talk about things that you probably have not talked about with other people in your life? Also, check out the environment. Does it look cluttered? Does it look like this person takes time to make this environment welcoming, comforting? What does it smell like? Maybe who does a therapist remind you of anyone in your life? That can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing. So those are things also to think about. So number 3, processing. Therapy is not where you just come and tell me a story and then I sit there and listen. That is not processing. That's retelling of a story. Processing is more, tell me how that makes you feel. Let's pull back the layers on that incident. Let's pull back the layers and process those feelings, emotions. And you might get to that point in your first session, or you might not. It depends on your comfort level. If you do not feel comfortable with this person, that is probably a red flag, or it could be, a yellow flag. But You want to make sure this is an environment where you feel like you want to show up each week as your authentic self. Because behind that door behind me outside, you probably have been showing up as somebody else. So you want to make sure this is an environment where you feel safe. So this is your first therapy session. Expectations, what are your thoughts? What would you like to know about therapy? How did you feel your first therapy session? If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, like, throw me some emojis, and I'll see you in the next video.